Today's whole show started with a jar of relish. Do you know how sometimes when you see something or you smell something or you hear some music, something reminds you, really dramatically of an event sometime, someplace?
Yeah.
Back in the day, you and my grandfather, how would you bring food to people's tables? Where did it start? Where would Papa get the food and where would he take it? And how would he get it there?
A lot of people had moved from the farm to the city. Some people had small gardens, but and a lot of people didn't have cars. A lot of the food, you'd either have to walk to the market, and they did have supermarkets, A&P and different ones. A lot of times it was quite a walk just to get to the store. My father saw, I think, an opportunity, and so he was self-employed, had a little pickup truck, and he had it fixed so that he could go to the farmer's market early in the morning before daylight. Farmers would come in from the countryside, all kinds of vegetables there. He would buy up a truckload of everything, corn, beans, tomatoes, squash, and load his truck up with bushels of fresh produce from the country. And he would come get us kids, and he would put the major things in racks alongside the truck. Tomatoes in one basket, corn, beans, squash, cucumbers, whatever. And we kids had big baskets, two baskets, and he would fill our baskets with those things, you know. And he had a certain price for everything set, and he would set us out on a street corner, and we would go down door to door, one side of the street, ring the doorbell or knock on the door. People would come out, and a lot of people, they didn't want to walk to the grocery, so they would buy food from him, from us. And while we were working, he would go to regular customers, and he would take the vegetables to the old people that couldn't get out, that really, it was a help to them. He did that, and we did our thing, and he paid us. And I think I noticed on something I had written up, 10%. If we would sell $30 worth of goods in a day, we'd get $3.
Which was good pocket money.
A lot of money for us, for kids. And we had our own little garden. Where we lived was a very narrow lot, maybe 30 feet wide, maybe, 100 feet or more long. We had a little garden. We had grapevine. We had a big apricot tree. And in our garden, we had things like tomatoes and beans.
You know, so here you are in a situation where you would think, a displaced family came out of the country into the city. Your food came to your table via, you'd have some gardening that you did yourself. You had people like Papa bringing in produce, and you had a horse and wagon called the Donaldson man, right?
Yeah, the bakery goods were brought fresh to the individual homes. We call it the Donaldson man. It was a big, enclosed, fancy wagon of some kind. And it was horse-drawn, great big horse. So he would park his horse and wagon under a tree. Kids would come out, the horse was real friendly. We'd pet the horse and talk to the horse. And that was always a treat when he came. And then we had the Iceman. A lot of people didn't have refrigerators. We did. We had an old-time refrigerator, but our next-door neighbors and different ones, they just had ice boxes. He would come, I guess, once a week, however often, and he had huge, big blocks of ice, and he'd take an ice pick, and he would cut out just the right size block for this one and just the right size block for that one. When the Iceman came and make all those chips, he would let us get those chips. And we could see him coming, and we'd run and get a salt shaker, and we'd put salt on our ice and eat the ice with
And that was a treat.
That was a treat, yeah. And in season, they had strawberries, and you'd hear the man coming a block or two off, strawberries, strawberries. And he had a big crate of strawberries that he carried, and people would run out to him to buy their strawberries, you know. And also watermelon. Same thing, watermelon, watermelon, and people come running to buy the watermelons. But if I remember right, they sold those off a truck, and the truck kind of kept up with the man, but they were still broadcasting the watermelons for sale. And they had cantaloupes and stuff too.
So you think about this, Daddy, that wasn't that long ago. And it was just, what does it seem like, 10 years ago to you?
Yeah, just yesterday, you know.
Just yesterday. Things change so quickly.